The vast Nebraska prairie stretched out like an endless sea of golden waves, undulating gently under the relentless summer sun. Clara Harlan stood at the edge of her family's homestead, her bare feet sinking into the warm, loamy soil that had been tilled by generations before her. At 23, she was a woman shaped by this land, tall and sturdy, with sun-kissed skin and hair the color of ripe wheat tied back in a simple braid. Her eyes, a piercing blue that mirrored the boundless sky above, scanned the horizon where the flat earth met the heavens in a hazy blur. It was 1874, and the world beyond these fields felt like a distant dream, one she had glimpsed only through the tales of travelers and the occasional newspaper that made its way to their isolated farm. Clara's life had been one of quiet routine, rising before dawn to tend the chickens, milk the cows, and help her father with the planting. Her mother had passed when she was just a girl, leaving her to shoulder the burdens of the household alongside her aging father, Elias. The farm was modest, a weathered wooden house with a sagging porch, a barn that creaked in the wind, and fields of wheat and corn that promised abundance if the weather held. But the prairie was unforgiving. Droughts, floods, and pests lurked like shadows, ready to snatch away a year's labor in an instant. Yet, Clara loved it, the raw, unyielding beauty of it all. It was home, and she couldn't imagine leaving it for the clamor of the cities back east. That summer, however, change arrived on the dusty road leading to their farm. It came in the form of two suitors, each representing a fork in the path of her future. The first was Everett Langley, a slick city man from Chicago, who rolled up in a fine buggy pulled by a pair of matched bays. He was tall and lean, with a mustache waxed to perfection in clothes that spoke of wealth, a tailored suit, a silk vest, and boots polished to a mirror shine. Everett was in town on business, scouting land for the railroad that was snaking its way westward, promising progress and prosperity. He had met Clara at the general store in the nearby town of Elm Creek, where she had gone to sell eggs and buy flour. His eyes had lit up at the sight of her, and he pursued her with the persistence of a salesman closing a deal. "Miss Harlan," he would say, tipping his hat with a flourish, "you are a rose blooming in this barren wilderness. Come with me to Chicago, and I'll show you a life of elegance, balls, theaters, streets lit by gas lamps that turn night into day." His words painted pictures of opulence, fine dresses, servants, and a house with more rooms than she could count. Everett spoke of the future, of how the railroad would connect everything, making fortunes for those bold enough to seize them. He promised to take her away from the drudgery, to make her a lady of society. Clara listened, intrigued by the novelty, but something in his smooth talk rang hollow. He saw the prairie as summit.